I'm Mark Yaxley, General Manager for Strategic Wealth Preservation, SWP, official vault service provider for the LODE project. Welcome back to Inside the Vault. I hope everybody had an enjoyable summer. In today's episode, we are going to be taking a tour of the different vaults and jurisdictions that comprise the global storage network for the LODE project. The goal of today's tour is to provide the community with transparency and additional information about the different vaults and jurisdictions that we chose to service the project. Our first stop today is going to be the Cayman Islands. I hope that you enjoy the tour, and if you have any questions following the tour, please feel free to contact SWP, and we'll be happy to provide you with any additional information that you may need. Enjoy! Ladies and gentlemen, our first stop on this tour are the Cayman Islands, home of SWP. A little bit about the islands. If you're not familiar with Cayman, probably the most important thing here is its proximity to the US market, only 1 hour south of Miami by flight, about 3 hours south of New York City. The thing that we enjoy the most about the Cayman Islands is that the government and the people there understand that financial services, including precious metals, are the lifeline of the country. And they have a very serious regard for privacy and confidentiality of people's personal information. Specifically to precious metals, there are no import tariffs or export tariffs, no sales tax on the purchase of precious metals or on the storage of precious metals. In fact, there's no direct taxation of any kind at all in the Cayman Islands. Also very important, SWP has no wealth reporting requirements to either local or foreign tax authorities or governments. Our facility, SWP, which we own and operate, was opened in 2014. It was built, purpose-built at that time to service for precious metal storage. It's a Class 3 UL rated facility, which is the highest rating in the North American space. It's also an IRA approved facility, which means if you're an American citizen and you wish to hold precious metals in your IRA as part of your individual retirement account, you can do so. You can store those precious metals in the Cayman Islands with us at SWP. We're part of the Loomis network, which you're going to learn a little bit about more as we progress through this slideshow, and we're insured by Lloyd's of London. Next stop is Toronto, Canada. If you are a Canadian community member and you delivered metals into the LODE program, they would have been shipped to Toronto, Canada, the facility there. A little bit about the country. Canada has an excellent reputation globally for being a peaceful place, basically quite secure, stable, fairly conservative country. Hasn't been involved in any major conflict on North American soil in a few hundred years now. Toronto is the financial capital of Canada and home to the facility that SWP has chosen to service Canadian LODE community members. So again, if you had shipped any metal in from the West Coast to the East Coast or Montreal, it would have been going to Mississauga, Ontario, which is a suburb of Toronto. The facility there is an excellent one, IDS Canada, International Depository Services Canada. It's a vault that's been in our industry now since 2011. It has a very good reputation amongst industry members. And one thing that really sets this facility apart is that it's an LBMA approved facility, which means that it can service large institutional and commercial clients. SWP basically rents space within this vault and provides that space to our private clients and the LODE community. Also insured by Lloyd's of London, you'll see. Next stop is Liechtenstein. If you're not familiar with Liechtenstein, it is a small country nestled in the Alps. It finds itself between Switzerland and Australia. Basically, it's a country really perched up in the mountains. It's part of the Swiss tax zone, and that's very important. We had a lot of community members that were depositing or transferring metals from Zurich and Olten in Switzerland, so we needed a facility within the Swiss tax zone. Liechtenstein and Switzerland collaborate on their own little tax zone, so there's no import or export tariff on those transfers within that tax zone. It's a very wealthy country, second highest GDP in the world. If you ever visit there, you'll see there's quite a bit of wealth and very high quality of living. The facility that we use in Liechtenstein is OZL. It's an excellent facility I've visited several times personally. It was built in 2014, very new, again, purpose-built for precious metal storage. It is comprised of a series of grade 10 vaults, which is the highest standard in the European vaulting space, and again, insured by Lloyd's of London. Next stop in Europe is Germany, the strongest economy inside of the EU, basically the leading member in the EU at this time. The reason that we needed a vault inside of the EU, again, comes back to taxation and tariffs. We had a lot of community members from European Union member countries that wanted to deliver metals, and in order to avoid any export tariffs, we needed to keep those metals inside of the EU. So we selected Frankfurt, Germany, which is basically the hub for financial services and gold trading within Germany. The facility itself is owned and operated by Loomis International. It's at the Frankfurt International Airport. It's been operating since 2005. A very large facility, again, home to some major commercial and institutional players. Grade 10 vaults, so very high spec, and insured by Lloyd's of London. Singapore has established itself as the hub for precious metals trading in Asia over the last decade. Very wealthy country, third highest GDP in the world. Again, a country that has some laws that are very favorable for privacy and confidentiality. All precious metals from community members living in Asia have been directed to the Singapore Vault. Again, the vault operator there is Loomis International. Loomis International, if you're not familiar, is the largest provider of vaulting services and secure transportation in Europe. It's a little bit like Brinks. Brinks, in fact, is one of their major competitors. So if you're transporting cash, diamonds, precious metals in Europe, you're very likely to be dealing with Loomis. This particular facility, again, brand new, 2018 start date. It has a huge capacity for silver and gold storage, and again, you'll notice is insured by Lloyd's of London. Last but not least, the most recent vault that we have added to our network is in New Zealand. The reason that we added a vault in New Zealand is because there are several dozen community members in Australia and New Zealand that wanted to contribute metals. We wanted to try to keep that metal as local as possible. Again, for tax and tariff purposes, we wanted to keep it within the region, and we found a very good vaulting partner in New Zealand. Vault operator is New Zealand Vault. It's a very old business, in fact, but the new ownership took over in 2005. They offer a very high level of storage and safe deposit boxes, and the facility is also insured by Lloyd's of London. Lastly, a little bit about SWP. Again, our company is headquartered in the Cayman Islands. That is our facility in the background of this photo here, of this slide. Founded in 2014. We have sales offices in Canada and Germany, where I'm sitting today. Really specialized in the offshore storage and trading of precious metals. So if you're looking to invest in precious metals offshore and store them, that is what our company specializes in, just like we provide the Lode community with its storage needs. Recently hit a major milestone of $100 million of precious metals in storage for the company, and beyond the 6 vaults that we toured today, we also offer storage in the United States, the United Kingdom, and in Switzerland. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at info@swpcayman.com, and we will be happy to answer those questions for you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.